I gave up on having this lesson at first, but we were able to make it happen anyway. Now I know that we can overcome anything together.
Yeah, let's keep doing our best together. Hey, wait, what? Oh no, we're tied. Oh, I see. Wow, we're tied for first place. Here I was expecting Class 1 to be first by a mile. Yeah, apparently even in the Imperial Army there are only a few who can handle it. V from the Imperial Liberation Front must have been pretty talented. Why is this happening? Alright, I'll make an opening and then quickly strike the cockpit. Let's go, Valimar! Leave it to me. You know, I keep ending these episodes at like 25 to 26 minutes because like I keep getting called at that time. So I'm like, I'll just end it there. But last time, I told you this was gonna happen!
We may now proceed to the final sequence.
Again, I told you this was gonna happen. I told you. I said I had a bad feeling. Do you listen to me? You probably do. I can't tell if you do or not because you know, because... Never mind. Wow, we're going to have a field exercise around the capital? That'll be a nice change of pace. Maybe I can pop back home and pay my family a visit. Wait, so since it overlaps with the summer festival, we can party too? Our departure will be early Saturday morning. Needless to say, we won't have much time. I know the date is close, but make sure you are fully prepared. Are we gonna have the summer festival on the first, second, or last day? Probably the last day. Is when we can celebrate it. Just like I thought. You still torn up about what happened earlier? They did say it may have been an issue with the orbital circuitry. There was no damage, so you needn't worry about it further. But I lost consciousness and caused trouble for everyone. It's hard to say what would have happened if the instructor hadn't stopped me. Just put it out of your head. Quit worrying about it. I caused a bunch of trouble back at Crossbell, but it's all a-okay now. I remember you pretty much turned into a shut-in after that. That's right. It involved nearly the entire school. Hey, you don't need to dig all that up again. As I said before, we are all classmates. If one of us is in need, the rest of us will lend our aid. Cheesy as hell, but he's not wrong. In only 3 days, our special missions will begin. Yep, and we're gonna need your help for sure, Allie. I'm sure we'll find ourselves against tons of trouble. Everyone. Alright. Well, what can go wrong? Everything.
Your rank has increased.
Look at my AP shooting. But the question is, will I get to 415 or
Here's
not?
your reward.
Woo! Yeah! Is
How
that the max?
commendable.
First
A
class.
gift from His Majesty. Accept it with gratitude.
Well, that has to be max, even though it looks like there could be one more. That red
I look
feels
forward
like
to next time.
That red feels very special. I feel like you can make it, even if you missed one Panzer Soldat training. I might have, though. No, the game would give me the trophy for that. I don't know, we'll find out. I probably missed it. Some games are like, you need to do everything. You can't miss one little thing. You missed like 1 point off, you're done. Play the whole game again. And New Game Plus for this, oof. Hello, everyone. Oh, Principal. You're here early today. She's coming along. What? The principal Sodat. Pablo. It was like mixing Pablo and everyone. Like, Pablo. That's what I was gonna say. Pablo, everyone else too. Help us vote the 6th car. For real? Tina Russell, don't Donald. Uh-huh. Ring the orbital gear. You just put it through combat training, or you're not going to use it in the field exercises? Yes. I'll go get it. Principal, or Professor. After all this time, you decided to join the field exercises now? Perfect timing, actually, because I know everything is going to fall apart. I've been invited to a party at the Imperial Palace on the first day of the Summer Festival. Because of that, I figured it would be convenient to tag along with the rest of you. I've been invited to the same party. I've reached a good stopping point in my keep experience for the moment, so I shall be attending as well. Hey, are these two for real? I don't doubt them, but I sense trouble.
These will be our 4th set of field exercises. You should be familiar with the process by now. However, familiarity dulls one's senses. When the world is a battlefield, to be careless spells death. The professor and I will join you this time. Consider our presence a way to help you maintain a sense of urgency. Only 2 years ago, Heimdall's Summer Festival was interrupted by a terrorist attack.
And it's all going to fall apart again. I know it will.
Though rumor has it, the terrorists were backed by a certain high-ranking noble.
I mean, it's not because I've watched the trailers for 4. I've tried to stay away from that, but I have not been able to stay away from screenshots for the newest Legend of Heroes game. But I really haven't seen anything with Reen, though, so... I like watch snippets of the cutscenes for the newest one. I like snippets. I haven't seen Reen in any of them. I've seen Void and stuff. I did watch one Cold Steel 4 trailer, and that was with... Actually, I'll hold that thought for people who don't know about that. But again, I don't know what happens at that point, so like, yeah.
Whoa, what? Really?
I mean, how can you also not feel that everything's about to fall apart, because 1 and 3 are really almost complete mirrors of each other.
Indeed. The Imperial Liberation Front. They were funded by the former Duke Cayenne.
But it seems we have worse threats to deal with than mere terrorists now. They aren't part of Ouroboros, nor are they Jaegers. They're agents of the country that threatens our empire most.
Principal!
So much for keeping things under wraps. Sorry, man. Must be rough.
I've already given up.
That said, there's no need for us to be over-wary. Through your efforts, both Lemaire and Ordis were saved from crisis. When the railway cannons were pointed at you, you held fast, with courage befitting the horned lion of Thors. We have but a single objective this time. To prove to this nation that your honor is no mere coincidence.
Yes, ma'am! Damn, that's some battle cry.
Yeah, she truly is a great general.
I can see why the Imperial Army and Intelligence Division still have their eyes on her.
I'm sitting here forgetting that I haven't fished. I didn't fish again here. I probably missed some fish. I don't like missing things.
Have you finished maintenance on the areas I assigned you?
Yes, I modified it so it automatically changes the output limit of the actuator. And for the posture limiter when landing?
I can say the trailer I did see for Trails of Cold Steel 4 had to do with other characters. That's all I'm gonna say. If you haven't seen it, and you have seen through 3, I'd go and see it, because I only saw snippets of that too. So, like, I just did it with audio off, because I didn't want to hear anything. So.
Go get him, everyone! Please stay safe.
We'll catch you at the summer festival!
I pray you find success on your field exercises.
Guess they're gone. Seems like stuff's getting bad. Maybe I'll talk to Mama about it.
Looks like the branch campus students are gonna make their debut in the capital soon. Well then, I'll have to consult with Director Michael when I put together the proposal.
Just as Sir Thomas said, I will need to be ready to move at a moment's notice.
Yeah, do not forget, it is written. This will happen again. As you're aware, we'll be arriving in Heimdall Central Station in approximately 30 minutes. Once we complete our inspection and load the necessary supplies, we'll proceed to the field exercise grounds near the southern Wind Main Line. Also. Any further announcements, Principal Gwyn? Nothing in particular. Please continue. Just pretend I'm not even here. The stars of our field exercises are you, instructors and students. Yeah, pretending you're not here is easier said than done. Do the two of you plan to participate in instructing the field exercises too? This will be a good opportunity to study the way the students operate their equipment. Damn it. Can I stop coughing? Like, seriously. Yeah. The celebration is still 3 days from now. It wouldn't do to simply while away our time until then. We'll be around, so if anything happens, don't hesitate to call. Don't hesitate. Got it. Ahem, very well. Since the summer festival is approaching, all of Heimdall is more excitable than unusual. I advise those of you in Class 7 to be ready for anything while conducting your missions. Understood. In that case, dismissed. Once we arrive at the station, be sure to move quickly. It won't be long before we get there, but maybe I'll make my rounds. So the principal and the professor are going to be with us this time. We'll be safe with them, but I can't shake this feeling. I think I'll see how Class 7 the our instructors feel about all this. He can't shake this feeling, he says. I can't shake the feeling either. This game is a little too easy to read sometimes. Anyway, as I usually do this. Let's find out who we had to talk with. Lots of people, lots of people. Lots of people, lots of people. Nobody important, really. Excuse me, I need to pass by here. Could you let me through? Could you let me through, Altina? Hey, Professor Schmidt, could you let me through? Hey, Altina, could you let me through? Hey, Professor Schmidt, could you let me through? Never mind. I'll go talk to Towa and Kurt right quick. Yeah. Here, Kurt, I'll give this to you now, okay? I think you should talk with Instructor Reen as well. Yes, you're right. I apologize for the trouble. Is this about your request for leave? Instructor. Yep, that's right. I'm sure it will depend on where exactly you'll be going for your special ops missions, but if everyone goes to if everyone's going to be in Heimdall anyway, that might as well go home with why do I keep going wrong? But if everyone's going to be in Heimdall anyway, they might as well go visit home. Well, it's close enough to visit on the weekends, so I don't think it's really necessary. That said, I haven't been home since school began, so I should probably visit at least once. You definitely should. If we get the chance, I'd like to come say hello as well. Your mother lives in the Wisha district, right? Yes, but as you know, my brother and father are away. Either way, I'll let you know once we've figured out where our special ops missions will take us. Kurtz became so much more open than he was at the start. It seems like he really looks up to you now, Reen, don't you think? Well, I don't know about that. Compared to his father and brother, there's still plenty I'm lacking in a role as a model. The head of the Vander School and Lieutenant Colonel Mueller. I wonder how they're doing. Prince Oliver, too. Yeah. Oh, right. Your house is in Heimdall, too, right? Are you going to stop by while we're there? Yeah, I think so. I haven't been home in a while myself. My aunt's been asking me to visit, so I plan on stopping by when I've got time. I see. That's right. Both her parents passed away a while ago. They were scholars, I think. Oh, right. I need to give Wayne his documents, too. See you later, Reen. See ya. Reen's like, I should visit. Wi-Fi connection lost. Who cares? I'm not playing online. Ah, Reen. It seems they voted quite an extraordinary mech. Oh, you mean the Principal Spiegel? Apparently has a different orbital engine in it than the normal models. I'm sure anyone besides the Principal wouldn't even be able to pilot it. Indeed, I recall fighting her before she was certainly very capable. That aside, is something the matter? I felt a presence in the direction of Heimdall. It felt familiar, nostalgic, but it vanished shortly thereafter. Nostalgic? Was it something with the War of the Lions? I cannot say for certain. It could also have been a simple error in my sensors. Either way, we will need to keep our guard up as per usual. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it's no mistake. Something's gonna go wrong, I'm sure of it. We may be in the capital, but outside those city walls is survival of the fittest. So in other words, it's no different from everything we've been doing up till now. So let's eat well, sleep well, and train well. Sure thing. That sounds simple enough. Hey, you loaded that orbital gear this time, right? Yeah. Damn it. Try to just get one out. Yeah, Professor Smith asked for it, kinda out of the blue. I might be joining everyone in combat tactics for the field exercises. I see. Just be careful not to get hurt. Of course. Agate's here in Heimdall too. I don't want to make a fool of myself in front of him. I see. So he is coming. That's reassuring.
I'll help!
Weapons? No? Nothing? Master Quartz? Possible? No?
Thanks. Yes. Thanks. Yes.
Modifier? No. Cover?
Thanks.
No. There's nothing there? I don't know why I'm doing this weird-ass thing right now. Here's the book you loaned me. I finished reading it. Oh, so, how did you like it? It was as good as you said, Tatiana. But it was almost, yeah. 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 Well, anyway, just think it over, okay? You can trust me on this one. I was talking to... Stop. Talking to him. I wouldn't mind, but... Kurt, my man, you're back! I don't know when you're heading back home, but keep your schedule open for the summer festival, okay? I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be free on that day yet. Hold on a moment, are you getting Kyrie involved into this too? He got so worked up about it, it was kind of hard to refuse. Hey, I figure the more people the better. Watch out, Summer Festival, here we come! Don't you think you're being a little too preemptive about this? Wait! Go back! Ooh, wait, where am I? Heimdall's a melting pot for all sorts of people and things. Jam-packed for sure, but there's much to see. Where do you fancy going during our free time? I think I want to go shopping for some records. I'm also interested in seeing the Heimdall racecourse. Good plan. Wouldn't be surprised if we found some hidden gems around here. And you can afford the race, and cannot forget the racecourse either. Speaking of, I wonder why they don't have all the car races here. Only makes sense since Coward has them. Yeah, that's a good point. The real mystery is why there's no chain races though. Yeah. Let me check something real quick. I need 10 more fish? Ugh, man. Yeah, I ain't getting all that. That's a problem. That's a problem, man. I mean, I didn't get that, that's for sure. I don't have nearly all of them. There is one more academy grade class that I can get, which I don't think I'm going to get in this playthrough, because I missed one fucking Panzer Soldat training. Just one. And that probably was the big hindrance. That's the stuff I hate. In my opinion, one of the biggest attractions in Heimdall is the Imperial Museum. Of course, Dracos' Palace and Matter Park aren't bad either. Why are you getting all excited? You're from Heimdall. Besides, we know all the real action is in the race course. Here they got a bunch of fancy bathhouses too. Don't forget about the Garnier district. That's where they get all the entertainment. The opera house, casinos, clubs. Man, if I didn't need to play the part of responsible teacher, I could really let loose there. Instructor Randy, shouldn't you be scolding Ash instead of agreeing with him? Well, they don't even let students place bets at the race course. But I'll keep that to myself for now. Oh, it's not every day you're on kitchen duty, Yuna. Yeah, I wanted to help take some load off of Sydney. So, if you want anything to drink, just let me know, Instructor Reen. Yeah, sure thing. Thanks, Yuna. That said, our next field exercises are in Heimdall, huh? Isn't that where Kurt used to live? Yeah, same with Wayne and Instructor Towa. It'd be nice to go and meet their families if we get the chance, that is. That said, Instructor Reen, you are, of course, going to meet up with the rest of Old Class 7, right? I'm not really sure what you mean by of course, but yeah, I am. We finally might be able to meet up for once. I don't know the exact details yet, but I plan on getting permission to leave tonight. I see, so that means Elisa and Laura and Emma and Fee too. Scandalous. Could you stop making all these accusations? Having Yuna in the kitchen is really helpful. She's really handy, not to mention how good her cooking skills are. Can't she just join the cooking club too? By the way, Yuna, take Elisa off that list. She will never, ever. Oh, she will never, ever be on that list, Yuna. Never. Not in a million years. Not in her wildest dreams. No way. No way, Jose. Hi. I never imagined that the principal would join us this time. I'm nervous, but her presence here makes me want to work even harder. I never thought that there would be agents from the Republic here either. It is to be expected by now, but our field exercises are always somewhat complicated. It's about 30 minutes to Heimdall. That's so fast. But this time our enemy is the Republic of Calvard. I knew this clash between two, was destined, but my mother also once lived in Calvard. I have mixed emotions about this. That makes sense. Damn it, no, stop it. Principal Gwyn is always so good about firing us up. I feel like we can beat anything, no matter what we're up against. Always a burp, always a cough, always a sneeze, always a whatever. It's like the final stretch. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. I see. Looking at it in the daytime is new. Hey, Luis, aren't you going to take a break with the others? Yes, but I need to finish up some communication work here first. We're in contact with Heimdall Station right now. There are a lot of other trains also running on our track at this time. I see. That makes sense. Traveling during the day is going to be different from traveling late at night. Sorry to interfere with your work. Good luck with everything. Thank you. It's about 30 minutes to Heimdall Central Station by train. This is a lot faster than the usual trip. We'll be there in no time. Good to hear. We're counting on you to get us there safely, Stark. Of course, leave it to me. I didn't expect the principal and the professor to actually come with us. They claim it's because they were invited to the celebration at the castle, but... I don't know what just came up. But something did. That's a good point. I wonder what made them suddenly decide to come with. But I suppose it doesn't change anything for us instructors. That's right, you finally get it. You and I come from different backgrounds and each have our own goals. But our task of leading the students remains unchanged. Your special ops missions in Heimdall may bring to light a number of issues, so good luck. Yes, understood. Wait, issues? Well, you'll understand soon enough. Just be ready for anything. That makes me even more worried. Yeah, I expect all these issues. How is Reen not broke yet? Find out next time on Trails of Cold Steel 3. Hello. That's everything for the Goliath's data analysis, though I suspect it doesn't provide any answers to your questions. No, it was enough. Thank you. Altina. Instructor Reen. So Arthur. It's rare to see you two talking. Is this about what happened the other day? Yes, about how the Goliath went wild under my control. Professor Smith and a technical officer from the Imperial Army were investigating the incident. I see. Did you figure anything out? There were no issues with the Goliath itself. It's pure machinery, no mystical components like the Divine Knights have. That being said, Panzer Soldaten still have systems designed to trance the tendencies of their pilot and give feedback. To put it in layman's terms, her synchronization with the Goliath could be considered too good. The high potential this girl holds to control machinery, such as her combat shell, combined with her extremely high sync rates, led to a physiological resonance of sorts between her combat shell and the Goliath. That is my current hypothesis. I see. As Valmar's pilot, I think I sort of understand. I remember letting my power loose like that back during the Northern War. Yes, what you did was somewhat similar. When you did it, you were able to destroy archaisms and save the people they were attacking, but Altina. So long as that combat shell remains a black box, this is all I can tell you. This is a problem you will need to deal with on your own, Black Rabbit. You may have been artificially created, but you are a living organism with cognition and will. You're no different from a human. Professor, what does the workshop mean to you? What is the relation between your combat shell and yourself? You need to figure out the answer to those questions, difficult though it may be. Altina, I'm okay. No, I'm sorry. I just wanted you here. Having Quam Soleus by my side feels so normal. I never really questioned it. But I'll start thinking more about it from now on, and about myself as well. I'll always be here to help you. Let me know if you ever want to talk. And of course, you and the others are willing to help you too. Yes. Of course, I must still carry out special ops missions in the capital. I don't want to lose to Millium, either. I'll put my efforts into both things. Yeah, good idea. I'll do what I can to support you. Understood. I love seeing Altina smile, it's so cute, so adorable.